Alright guys, today we are building the part 3 of my Gotham City mock. This has been insane to try to accomplish, guys. This is going to be Wayne Tower, but also the Monarch Theater with a few apartments above that we're going to get into, of course. And as you can see, there's the Mark of Zorro little sign and also a closed sign because a lot of the cases the Monarch Theater gets closed. You also have a Jaws poster, little doors with the lights above, and even a little window to buy tickets, of course. So yeah, really cool how that turned out. And also Wayne Tower here, we're going to be using the flower pots from the Daily Bugle here. So yeah, I kind of use some elements from other Lego sets sometimes, and we're also going to put some lights as well. But yeah, this was really fun to accomplish, guys. I mean, it's going to connect. You're going to see at the end how crazy this looks and how big it's getting. Of course, you have to have a crime alley sign, of course, here on the side of the Monarch Theater using some letter stickers. So yeah, that kind of turned out well. And of course, you got to have some dumpsters in the back here of Monarch Theater and a little trash can as well. But yeah, guys, this is one of my favorite locations, just how cool of an idea it is. Really in Arkham Knight, I believe, is really the best version of Wayne Tower with all the hidden Batman elements, obviously holding the Batmobile. I didn't do that in this version because I needed a lobby. But yeah, I also like the version from the Dark Knight series as well, with Lucius Fox always opening a secret door to show the archives where they have all of the tumblers and all the other bat suits and all the different stuff. So that's always kind of cool here. And then inside here, the interior, kind of hard to film, but you can see I'm putting some chairs in here and some elevated chairs as well for the theater. We're going to put some characters in there. But yeah, we're going to have the projector here as well. A little tiny build there, of course, for the top shelf here to kind of project a movie. I was going to put my phone in here and have an actual video playing, but I didn't want to get demonetized for putting on different videos. So it's just a white screen. Maybe they're watching a Batman movie. Maybe they're watching that movie from the Lego Batman movie with Tom Cruise. Who knows? And you also have the attendant guy who's manning the ticket booth, of course. And yeah, so pretty funny here. You got the zebra with some popcorn and some dynamite. He's watching a movie. And then also King Tut, that character. And then let's get into Wayne Tower. You have the elevator that's going to be seen throughout. I like to include elevators to kind of make it make sense that, you know, they can get to the other levels. Of course, it doesn't really actually function, but it's fun to be there, and it's kind of just like the Daily Bugle one and the Avengers Tower. You're going to have some modern art inside here because it is a lobby. You can see the Wayne W on the floor there in the middle center there, of course, and then some potted plants, of course. It's a fancy reception area, of course. You've also got a Ace the Bat Hound in the back there. He's chasing a mouse. I thought that was kind of funny. You're gonna put some lights in here as well. But yeah, this not really a lot to base the main lobby on, so kind of just making my own up here. You've got a desk with a computer and a potted plant, of course, as well. But it's kind of fun to always design a different desk and a different area as well. A lot of lobbies in my most recent mocks for some reason. But yeah, you have a receptionist here as well, you know, answering the phones. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Batman Begins where Bruce Wayne comes back and the receptionist is like super shocked, like what in the world? He's alive, obviously. We got a head of security guy, of course, and he's just you know, checking out the lobby, making sure there's no crime, which we're gonna see obviously Magpie here, you know, trying to cause a ruckus of some sort. You gotta have villains everywhere throughout this mock just to make it feel like Gotham. So yeah, accomplished this pretty well. I like the front here with this cool angled bit as well, and the theater turned out pretty nice. I like how it turned out. It is kind of small, but it gets the job done, and it looks like the Monarch Theater, of course. So I like how it turned out here. Next, we're going to do the next level of the Monarch Theater. This is going to be Riddler's apartment, or his lair, of course, where he's planning his crime. You know, all the different versions, whatever version you want to think of. But on most patios, there is a grill usually, so I thought this was a kind of a funny inclusion just to build a little brick-built grill and put some hot dogs on it. And of course, Crazy Quilt is going to be cooking up the barbecue. So I thought that was funny. I don't know, it's just super random, but I had to put something there. And of course, you got Joker in all of his many different outfits. He's very, you know, very loud and crazy most of the time, and his outfits kind of represent that. So thought it was funny to have all of his different suits there lined up. And yeah, he's going to show up here in a minute, but also his map here of all of the the trucks he's going to explode to form a question mark to flood the city, just like in the movie, but also sometimes in the comics he does that as well. Here's his hat and then also his mask, whatever he decides. You know, this is kind of just a very generic Riddler lair, of course. He's got the crowbar on the side there as well. So yeah, this turned out really, really cool. And also some of the ciphers on the wall on a little cabinet here, a black cabinet. So yeah, that turned out pretty well. And I like how this turned out. And I'm using my favorite Riddler minifigure. This is the one from the Lego Batman movie. He's the most detailed, the really cool one. And I love the Riddler emblem on the end of his cane. So yeah, you're going to put the windows on and it kind of completes the look. I mean, this is really cool and it fits right on top here. Everything is modular. I'm doing this modular city, of course, so everything can be taken apart and put back together very easily. Let's do the second floor of Wayne Tower. This is going to be the conference room. This is very popular scene in a lot of the movies, of course. You have Bruce Wayne talking in the conference room with all of the associates. You got a picture of Martha and Bruce and Thomas Wayne. Love how that turned out. It's pretty funny. Just printed a picture and glued it onto a brick there. That's how I did that, of course. And you got some plants. But yeah, Bruce Wayne is always dropping some one-liners or he's asleep in the conference room. So I thought this was a perfect scene to kind of have here. You know, you got the pyramid scheme sign from The Office, of course. It's kind of funny because it's like Bruce Wayne is teaching them how to do business. Obviously, pyramid schemes are not very good, so pretty funny here that he's teaching that. And also he's holding a check because he is a millionaire, but it's not a very big check. But I thought this represents Bruce Wayne pretty well. There's going to be a few Bruce Waynes throughout this mock just because I have different versions, but that's okay. Maybe he's just got a different hairstyle that day, you could say. I love this clear desk, very cool, translucent. Those bricks really elevate this space and make it look really cool, like a modern, very modern conference room. You have a few guys. There's always like just old men running the company, you know, and you could say who you want these people to be, whoever you want them to be. Maybe this is Miranda Tate, you know, here, obviously, using some other minifigures from other Lego sets. And maybe that's Lucius Fox's son, possibly. So yeah, you could say whoever you want these people to be. But yeah, really cool. And I love how this turned out. So really, really fun, guys. And let's put that top back on so you can see how this all works together. And it functions pretty well here when you're going to have the side open up as well, so you can always see the interior and open it up as well. So yeah, this looks really good when you put it on top here. The first two levels are just straight on, super easy, and then it starts getting a little wild, which we'll get into here in a second. But yeah, you can put the window on here and it fits in perfectly, and you can remove it very easily. So yeah, very exciting, guys. Here's the next apartment. This one is a little bit different because it's so small. I had to kind of think in my roster of little tiny places within Gotham, and I was thinking back to Under the Red Hood. There's a scene where Red Hood captures Joker. He's finally gonna kill him, and so I just decided to do that. We're gonna be using Jack Nicholson's Joker because it kind of looks just like a generic Joker, of course, and just a weapons rack, and also just a little vent as well. Just a very small. I was gonna put like a bathroom in here because that's kind of where the scene takes place, but you know, couldn't accomplish that in such a tiny space. So yeah, Red Hood has finally captured Joker. He's gonna kill him. Will Batman stop him? Go watch the movie. Love that movie. So good, so iconic. So yeah, this was fun to build as well. And we're going to put a little keep out sign on the door to kind of make this look even cooler. So yeah, it's got a little balcony as well that leads to the next balcony below. And then on the top here, you got the classic like modular building top here as well, but there's a little bit of hay and some bird feed. You're going to put a bird here with his nest, and then another egg, and then another bird. And this is, of course, where Egghead is going to be hanging out. You know, he's acquiring more eggs for his evil plans. So I thought that's a pretty hilarious minifigure. So I had to have some sort of silly villain reference up here as well. So yeah, it kind of turned out pretty fun. And so yeah, we're going to put that on top. And the Monarch Theater is done, but it's missing one thing, the big ginormous sign that says Monarch. And I did this brick built. I did not print out little signs. I made a big brick built Monarch sign, and I like how it turned out. We're going to put Catman there as well. So yeah, guys, this is kind of getting crazy. I know this is a long video. 17 minutes is a long time, but I wanted to show you guys every little detail. You have the owls, of course, the Talons getting into Wayne Tower. This does happen in the comics, of course. If you've read the Court of Owls the Court of Owls comic book run, they do infiltrate Wayne Tower, and yeah, so go read that. It's super fun, super awesome. This is going to be the tech area, or like the weapons development area, where Lucius Fox runs it, and he also helps Batman, probably too much during the work hours. So we're going to have this really cool glass table with computers, and he's developing batarangs and grappling guns and also handcuffs, just things for Batman to use. We got the microwave emitter from Batman Begins as well. Just thought that was a funny and tiny little inclusion. Of course, you got to have kryptonite in there because, Batman's suspicious of Superman all the time. A little chair, and then, of course, Lucius Fox minifigure here. Just using that same minifigure from the Daily Bugle, but changing the hair out, and it makes it look just like Lucius Fox. I love how this turns out. And then a few little more computers, of course, because he's developing stuff for Wayne Tech and just, random stuff, the cowl, a pretzel, whatever it might be. And of course, you have all these really cool translucent computers from the old Batcave as well. Now we're going to build Edward Nygma's little station, like from Batman Forever, which I secretly kind of like that movie a little bit, with Val Kilmer and Jim Carrey. So you're gonna have the mind control device here. He's using the mind control device on a poor employee, possibly. So I thought that was kind of a funny inclusion. I know he wouldn't really know that Batman is Bruce Wayne, of course, but I thought this was a cool little inclusion. Maybe it's a separate area. It's just a different level where he's testing out his mind control device. Where he does work for Wayne Industries sometimes. So I thought that was interesting, and I kind of like how it all turned out. It kind of flows all together pretty well, and yeah, you can fit this on, and yeah, as you can see, it gets a little bit more narrow towards the top here. You're gonna see it does get a little bit more interesting, and of course the window is detachable, so you can look inside, just like the Daily Bugle, just like Avengers Tower, whatever, modular buildings. Next, we're gonna have this little tiny roof that has that little brick in the center that's gonna hold the next level, which is a little bit different. Let's get into it. This section is going to be Bruce Wayne's office. Of course, he's got to have his office just like in Arkham Knight, where there's the huge Wayne Tech logo at the top. This is a brick-built W, of course, to accomplish that, the logo of the company. But yeah, this scene is in Arkham Knight. Also Arkham City, I believe, as well. I think Arkham City, actually, more so, with the Hush reveal. But also, you're going to have the bat suit with that, where he faces off against Talon. And so, yeah, he's facing off. You'll see below that it's all going to connect, of course. You got a little carpet and then a little bush as well. It's a nice, fancy office, of course, And so it's really going to be pretty sweet once you guys see all this together. A little chair, of course, and a desk, of course, with a computer, and also a red telephone in case Commissioner Gordon calls. Always got to include a red big telephone. Here's another W Wayne Tech logo as well for the wall, just to kind of make this look like, a generic office, but also, it's Bruce Wayne's office. He's proud of the family name, of course. So yeah, another computer as well, possibly back computers, maybe summoning something, which we'll see in a minute here. But yeah, and then a pure custom Hush minifigure using Moon Knight's face and also Nick Fury's legs and torso, and then a gun, and then a drink, of course. He's kind of maybe taunting Bruce Wayne here with the world's best boss mug. Really funny, but also Hush kind of reveals he's gotten plastic surgery to look like Bruce Wayne. So kind of creepy, kind of weird, but also I hope we see that in live action someday. That'd be so cool. But yeah, that one window does come off, but this window right here, I've designed it in a way where if Batman suits up and becomes, the vigilante, the Dark Knight, of course, this section folds down as you can see, opening up a secondary exit for him to get out of there and start, fighting crime. So that's a really cool little inclusion. Let's see it all together. As you can see, it's on an angle now, as a diamond more so. And then let's put the roof on. You have this little compartment that has the bat suit on it. You can fit that in there and then shove it up, and it sticks, which is really cool because you'll see how that looks in a second here. But yeah, this is the top. Kind of looks spiky like a bat, of course. Sometimes the Wayne Tower looks like Batman's cowl, honestly. So yeah, I like how this turned out. You got the radar dishes, you got the antennas, and it really looks really cool. And then Robin here maybe accepting a mission at the top of the tower here, or maybe he's accessing the back computer, whatever it is. It just looks really cool and it flows together. So yeah, guys, this ultimately was so fun to build. This took me about 8 or 9 days just to accomplish this. I'm going to be getting some more bricks in to do the next part, which is going to be the GCPD and also the Gotham Bank. So expect that video very soon. Hopefully next week I can get this done within a week or so. But here's just some zooming in shots of everything all together. It really turned out really well, guys. I love all the little details. You got OMAC there as well. I forgot that I added him there as well. You've got Batman taking on the Talons. Bruce Wayne's meeting with the board. Is he going to sell it to Miranda Tate? Who knows? Lucius Fox developing stuff, Edward Nygma controlling minds, and then of course we have to show the crazy element here at the top, the bat suit. Let's see it fall down here in a second, but yeah, lots of cool little details, guys. This really turned out well, and I'm pretty proud of it. I'm so excited to see how big this MOC is going to get. It's going to get really, really big, and I'm pretty hype about it. Next, we're going to add some more minifigures. You're going to have Dick Grayson here, of course, and then the calculator as well. And then also Scarecrow's pizza cart, of course, from the Lego Batman movie. And adding this little road is going to be kind of cool because we're going to add a few more roads as well. You got to have the Batmobile. You'll see that eventually in a future video. But of course, you got Alfred here in his car picking up Dick Grayson from the Wayne Tower here. We're using the Indiana Jones car from the most previous set, but we're going to add a different roof here as well because it's not going to be a convertible. So yeah, this is just an easy little tiny technique here to make it a perfect little car for Alfred to drive around. And it seems fancy, like obviously he carts Bruce Wayne around in it. So yeah, I like how it turned out, guys. I'm pretty proud of this. The little tiny road as well is going to continue into future MOCs. But yeah, guys, it turned out pretty hype. I'm loving it, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe because it's going to get crazy. Let's see if it connects. Of course it connects, and it looks great. Man, Arkham, the Clock Tower, the Monarch Theater, and Wayne Tower all together. Guys, this is crazy. I don't know if any other YouTuber has done this before. Maybe they have, but guys, thank you so much for following along. Make sure to check out the next video and like and subscribe. See you later, guys. Bye.